At the 1960 Summer Olympic Games in Rome, Italy, the United States relay team trailed the German team. Now, United States star sprinter Wilma Rudolph reached out for the baton with her teammate and dropped it. Man, she picked it up with no time to spare. And she started running, pumping her arms, man, muscles straining, giving it everything she got. And she got closer and closer to the German runner. The crowd roared and leapt to their feet as Wilma raced across the finish line 4 meters ahead of the opponent. Wilma Rudolph had just become the first American woman ever to win 3 gold medals in one Olympics. Now, an Olympic gold medal, the Super Bowl or a World Series trophy or the World Cup, this is what motivates most athletes to work harder, try harder and give their best. They all want a prize. Now, you can probably relate. Have you ever won a trophy or an award? Have you ever beat a video game or ended up the first chair in band? Maybe you won a singing or dancing competition. You may have possibly won a card game or a board game against somebody. Most of us have won at some point in our life, and it feels good when you win, doesn't it? It is a great feeling to know that you finished first. Now, I remember finishing first when I was in a BMX bike race. And I was racing with all these other people in this race, and we went up and around this track. And I was actually dead last. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to lose this thing. Well, as I looked ahead, there was a big crash. There were bikes in the air, there were arms flying, there were legs upside down. This crazy big crash. And here I am at the back, and I just pedaled straight by everybody and ended up winning. I remember pumping my hands in the air thinking I was the greatest. I really wasn't, but everyone else crashed. And I just remember that feeling of winning. It was awesome. What is crazy is that God made us with a purpose and the potential to win a prize. Did you know that? Listen to the words of David. In Psalms 139, it says this. It says, "Oh yes, you shaped me first inside then out. You formed me in my mother's womb. I thank you, high God, your breathtaking body and soul. I am marvelously made. I worship in adoration. What a creation. You know me inside and out. You know every bone in my body. You know exactly how I was made, bit by bit, how I was sculpted from nothing into something. Like an open book, you watched me grow from conception to birth. All the stages of my life were spread out before you. The days of my life all prepared before I even lived one day." David was someone who was motivated by a prize. David was instructed by his father to take food to his brothers who were way out there on the battlefield. And when he arrived, David sees this 10-foot giant, that's 3 feet bigger than Shaq, step out and talk trash on his country and his God. Now listen to David's response. David asked the soldiers standing nearby, he says, "What will a man get for killing this Philistine and ending his defiance of Israel? Who is this pagan Philistine anyway, that he is allowed to defy the armies of the living God?" David was asking the question, what is the prize? But he also knew it would take work defeating Goliath to get it. Now remember the Olympic runner Wilma Rudolph. Those Olympic gold medals didn't come without hard work. When Wilma was a child, she caught double pneumonia, followed by scarlet fever and a mild case of polio. Now this polio caused her left leg to shrivel. Doctors told her that she might never walk again, and she was forced to use a wheelchair. Wilma's family surrounded her with love and care. They massaged her shrunken leg 4 times a day. Once a week, Wilma and her mother took the bus to a hospital in Nashville, Tennessee for therapy, and Wilma's leg slowly improved. When Wilma was 9, doctors replaced the brace she wore with a high-top shoe. The shoe allowed her to walk more easily, but she knew she was different from everyone else. But Wilma didn't let her past stop her. Wilma made the all-state basketball team during all 4 years of her high school. She also competed in the local and state track meets. After graduating from high school, Wilma enrolled at the Tennessee State University on a track scholarship. Wilma won all of her races for the next 3 years and became the star of the Tiger Bells track team. At the age of 20, Wilma Rudolph smashed records at the Summer Olympics in Rome and won 3 gold medals. Following those Olympics, she was named the fastest woman in the world. So how does this story apply to our lives? Well, like Wilma, you and I are reaching for a prize. Except our prize isn't some Olympic gold medal or some sort of an award. Listen to how Paul describes this prize. Paul says, "No, dear brothers and sisters, I have not achieved it, but I focus on this one thing, forgetting the past and looking forward to what lies ahead. I press on to reach the end of the race and receive the heavenly prize for which God, through Christ Jesus, is calling us." Do you see the prize here? According to Paul, there is a heavenly prize that God is calling us to. And that heavenly prize is the purpose and the plan that God has for us. Not the plan that we have for ourselves. God geared you to win a prize. You may be here today, and a little voice may be telling you that you're not a winner, that you'll never win a prize. There's a little voice maybe screaming out, you'll never achieve the purpose God has designed for you. You can't do it. You won't make it. You're going to fail. Turn that voice off. Ask God to tell you the truth about who you are and forget what lies behind so that you can look forward to what lies ahead. What is it that God is calling you to do? What purpose on this earth are you wonderfully and fearfully designed to take care of? If you don't know, ask God to show you. Start trying different things and see what you love to do. And look at those things that you are exceptionally good at. And when God shows you the potential He's given you, focus on God, obey His voice, and press on with your talents and gifts. Let me tell you, God has chosen you. God geared you with a purpose and the potential to accomplish that purpose. Not to use your God-given potential for yourself, but to use all the talents God has given you to help others and point them to God. So, go strong to the finish line. God has a prize for you.